Hey guys, welcome to a brand spanking new playthrough of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. One moment. Let's see if I go here. No, I wanted to see if the music gets a little bit less loud, because it's quite loud in my headset. Anywho, I just started Final Fantasy VII OG playthrough, but then out of nowhere this game came along yesterday. It was released. It was a surprise drop, so to say. I really was not expecting. There was yesterday the Bethesda live stream. I really was expecting them to just give some information on the game and then communicate a later release date. But it was released the exact same day. So yesterday I immediately downloaded it, because this is really one of my one of those epic games of the past. This really was the first game that I really thought, like, holy shit, gaming, the physics, especially in the original Oblivion, was on another level compared to other games. That you could pick up everything, you could move bodies, you could put kettles on your heads. It was quite revolutionary, the open world, the fantasy setting, it was just amazing. This really one of my favorite games. With many others that are also epic, like Metal Gear Solid, Gran Turismo. But yeah, this is really, it's really like a trip down memory lane. I feel like, I don't know when it came out, Oblivion. Give me 1 second. I think around 2000 or something. It was on the, I think, Xbox. Let's see, Elder Scroll 2006. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. So yeah, it's basically almost 20 years ago. It really feels like a trip down memory lane. I do think from the brief playtesting that I did, that they did a terrific job. And this is also my first Unreal Engine 5 game, actually. So I'm really curious what that engine can do. And it looks, from the little play testing I did, it looks amazing. Only thing, just like with modern games, the HUD is atrocious. So I spent quite some time with reshades trying to find a way to disable the HUD fully, which I managed to do, but it's a little bit with a workaround, because the problem is that if you disable the HUD, also a lot of menu texts get disabled. So I will have to disable and re-enable that manually whenever it's needed. But yeah, for the rest it looks amazing. I will be running it on max graphic settings, max difficulty, which I found is extremely challenging, actually. From the little play testing that I did, I really died a lot, even against simple mice or big rats they were. It will be max graphics, and the thing is that I'm running it on a trusty old RTX 390, so I do have to enable DLSS. But for the rest, you see it over here. 4K. Screen space reflections. I wonder whether you ever even need it when there's also ray tracing. Okay, just it's on. Quality level ultra, so everything is maxed here. Lumen hardware RT. I still don't know what that Lumen is. That's probably something Unreal Engine related. Let's quickly check it out. Why is that called Lumen? Lumen RT. Enables you to animate infrastructure with elements in motion. No, that's not what we want. We do lumen ray tracing. Lumen versus ray tracing versus path tracing. path tracing, renders only, not for real-time use. Lumen, real-time global illumination. The Unreal docs list specific platform hardware support, but it's fairly expensive. Ray tracing, real-time global illumination, Windows DirectX 12, NVIDIA. Yeah, so I do think Lumen is Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, so it is not the NVIDIA ray tracing, but yeah, Lumen, I do think it hooks into the hardware of the GPU. So that one is on. We have it on Ultra. And then we do have DLSS, we have it on quality. And for the rest, that basically is it. For the rest, this is basically default. I disable subtitles because yeah, most of us can hear and I find it unimmersive. Everything that takes away from the game world is unimmersive. That's why I so dislike modern HUDs. And also I do have to say the interface, the HUD itself, I find it in this game a step down from the original. The original, if I remember it correctly, had like this old book that you opened up with all the different tabs and the different sections. That book in this one, it's way too clean. They want to give it into a modern jacket, but honestly, it doesn't fit. It's an old school fantasy game. It should be an old weathered menu, not super clean. Yeah, so I changed a little bit of the controls, graphics, general, audio, everything default. Over here, difficulty level master. This is, oh shit, again, I'm pressing my disable HUD button. That is the autosave, everything defaults. This is all defaults. Defaults. No aim assist. Defaults. So I would say I'm really looking forward. Here we... Oh, no, not here we go. Here we go.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the third era and the final hours of my life.
Epic, epic, epic. Such a cool intro, actually, if you think about it. The cutscene into the gameplay. Alright, character selection. By the way, I also bought the deluxe version, so we also have some extra DLC, I think. We are going to be... Let me quickly check the HUD mods. Alright, this is a deep playthrough, so I'm really trying to do all the side quests, all the lore, etc. So I will be reading the character descriptions. it will probably take some time. We will be getting into gameplay as well, obviously, but I will take a little bit of time to do the character selector properly. And otherwise, in the next episode, there will, from the start, probably immediately gameplay. So we have race, but how the hell do I change race? Alright, let's start with this one. Argonian, this reptilian race by the way, this is what I mean. This to the left, this paper, I think it used to be more brownish, more weathered in the original game. I find it is too clean. It looks too digital. It looks almost like could have been like a science fiction RPG interface. Anyways, that's just me bickering. Argonian, this reptilian race, well suited for the treacherous swamps of its homeland, has developed natural immunities to poisons. They can breathe underwater and are good at picking locks. Origin. Alright, I'm pressing left stick down, but why is... now it goes down. Arnesia and Thornmarsh. You hail from Arnesia, where the Slayers of Morrowind are still active. The hide and seek every time there was a raid made you extremely quick and nimble. Thornmarsh, your birth region is called the Jewel of the East, but behind the nickname lies a darker reality. You dabbled in magic just to survive, and your quick wits allowed you to live until this day. Right. Breton, in addition to their quick and perceptive grasp of spellcraft, even the humblest of Bretons can boast a resistance to magical energies. They are particularly skilled at summoning and healing magic. Being from High Rock, you were raised in the homeland of the Bretons. Going through all the great cities of the province made you quick on your feet. As a child, you were always spending time on the docks of one of the islands, gaining some money by helping merchants carrying their goods and learning from their adventures. Dark Elf, also known as Dunmer. In their homeland of Morrowind, the Dark Elves are noted for their skills and balanced integration of the swords, the bow and destruction magic. They are resistant to fire and can summon an ancestral ghost for aid. You are a true child of Vardenfell. Among the volcanic wastelands, you were taught that resilience is the greatest of all Dunmer quality. As a Dunmer on the mainland, you grew amongst all kinds of traders. You learned all there was to know about negotiations and how to make people react the way you need them to. How to make people react. I don't understand, why are there obvious graphical errors like this? Isn't there any playtesting? Like, if I would be a playtester, I would do exactly what I am doing now, and then you notice that, right? I don't understand. They do look pretty good. At least their head, the hair is a bit all over the place, but they look similar to the Dark Elves, I guess, from Skyrim a bit. Alright, strength 40, intelligence 40, willpower 30, agility 40, speed 50, endurance 30, personality 40, luck 50. Skills, armorer, athletics, blades, block, blunt, hand to hand, heavy armor, alchemy, alteration, conjuration, destruction, illusion, mysticism, restoration, acrobatics, light armor, marksman, mercantile, security, sneak, and speechcraft. God damn it, there are a lot of skills. And this one has better intelligence And willpower, I don't know what willpower does. Also magicka bonus, alteration and conjuration, they're pretty good. Summoning and healing magic is there. Bonus. Alright, here we have the Argonian. Endurance personality is less, but they are quite smart. Right, which I would not expect. There's not much mentioned here about smartness. They only mentioned quick and nimble. Ah, wait, I was looking wrong. Somehow I thought intelligence was high. No, it's indeed agility and speed that is high for these ones. Man, they did a great job on the texture work, I would say. This one as well. I find it looks pretty good. I heard people saying that the Argonians were worse than they were in the original. I totally disagree. The really cool surface of the scales, it's really matte. It's not that overly shiny that you often see in games. Alright, so Argonian, we had Breton, we have Dark Elf. And now we go to the next one. Almost done. Not almost. We're almost halfway. High Elf. So you have Dark Elf, which is good at speed. Resilience is their greatest quality. Alright. Don't really see that as a stat here. Also known as Eldmer, so not Dunmer but Eldmer. In their homeland of Somerset Isle, the High Elves are exceptionally gifted in the arcane arts. They also boast resistance to illness. However, they are also somewhat vulnerable to fire, frost and shock. Oridon, born on the island of Oridon, you were proud to live on the first island of the Somersets. There you spent countless hours swimming in the pristine waters. Somerset Isle, you grew up among the great towers of Eleanor that nearly touched the sky. You spent countless hours climbing and navigating the sunlit streets of the Somerset capital. Alright, they are strong in the arcane arts, so their intelligence is up and they have a big magicka bonus. And skills as alteration, mysticism, and that's about it. Also, let's quickly read out loud those places. So this is Vardenfell and Mainland. So Vardenfell is among the volcanic wastelands. These guys are sword, bow and destruction magics. Yeah, but here you, strength, intelligence, agility, endurance, it's all same. Speed is a bit higher. Oh. And this is Sistrus. On the docks, that's one of the islands apparently. And High Rock, the homeland of the Bretons. Man, there's so much lore in this game. It's actually so cool. Sorry, I'm going very slowly through it, but it's also just to immerse myself into the context of the whole world, so to say. So this is the Argonian, and we have Arnesia, where the slavers of Morrowind are still active. This is more the swamps of the homelands, whatever the homeland is. Thornmarsh, your birth region, is called the Jewel of the East. There's a darker reality behind it. Alright, so this one is 50. Yeah, so if you have to choose, you can... I don't understand why this guy has luck white, luck 50. This guy, no, that is, yeah, they also luck 50. That's also white. No, it's the Magicka, extra Magicka bonus that this guy has. So not all of them have a Magicka bonus. But this one is intelligence. This one is intelligence and willpower and Magicka. So yeah, I would say, except maybe agility. His strength and agility are better compared to a Briton. So we did those locations. This one I think as well. High Elf. Born on the island of Oredon, you were proud to live on the first islands of the Somerset, so that's Oredon. There you spent countless hours swimming in the pristine waters. You grew up among the great towers of Eleanor that nearly touched the sky. You spent countless hours climbing and navigating the sunlit streets of the Somerset capital. Right, we already read that one. So this one is also intelligence and a big Magicka bonus for the high elves compared to the dark elves. Dark elves are quicker, less intelligent. No, wait. Strength and endurance. Strength is better. Willpower and intelligence is less. Speed is better. And that's basically it. So strength and speed is a bit better. I would go with the high elf, I would say, with the Magicka bonus and the intelligence and willpower. Then we have Imperial. This is probably the class I'm going for. Natives of the civilized cosmopolitan province of Cyrodiil, they have proved to be shrewd diplomats and traders. They are skilled with heavy armor and in the social skills and tend to favor the warrior class. Colovia inhabitants, such as yourself, so this is Colovia, are known for their autonomy, including toward the rest of the empire. You inherited the willfulness of your forebears. By the way, it also depends, the stats, on which origin story you choose. Because we go high elf, so we have this one. But here you mix up endurance and speed. So those are smaller differences compared to just a full class difference. It's mostly one that one attribute that is changed, or maybe also the skills. Let's check it out. No, skills are totally the same. So let's check out this one. Totally the same. Same. And here we go into the attributes. Yeah, it's again one attribute that changes depending on where you grew up. All right. Then we have Nibane. You are a true Imperial born into the heart of the Empire. The number of cities and their size led you to travel hastily. Yeah, so your speed is higher, I guess. Yes. Instead of willpower, you are quicker. I would go for willpower. And what overall you see that personality is high, endurance, yeah, the rest is all pretty balanced and pretty lucky. And over here, heavy armor, hand to hand, all pretty good, and mercantile. The Khajiit. Oh, by the way, we also need to look at each character style, I would say. So this is a high elf. Yeah, I think they did a terrific job. These look like the guys I met in Skyrim. I also still have to finish Skyrim, by the way, but I'm really a tech aficionado, so if I really can see like this Unreal Engine 5 in all its glory, I do really have a soft spot for that. Alright, I am going to chase his appearance, but this is probably the guy I'm going with. Alright, then we have the Khajiit. Also look amazing, I find. Really feels like hairy arms. Intricate hair. Hailing from the province of Elsewhere, they are intelligent, quick and agile. They make excellent thieves due to their natural agility. And unmatched acrobatics skill. All Khajiit can see in the dark. Alright, this acrobatics, yes, that's 15. Sneak is 10. Hand to hand is high. Willpower is not that high. If I only knew what willpower and strength did. I have to learn that still. Alright, so we have two origin stories that changes strength and endurance. So the first one is Palatine. Your parents lived in Palatine and your childhood memories are filled playing and running around in the jungles or on the pristine beaches. Alright, I have no idea where Palatine is. Or Anequina, the harsh region where you lived and trained, hardened your body and taught you how to defend yourself with your bare fists or any weapon you could find. Yeah, so that's strength, and Palatine is endurance. Here we have a Nord. Yeah, what was the guy actually? From Skyrim? He was a Nord, right? The guy in that buggy at the start. Or was he an Imperial? No, I think he was a Nord. Maybe we will become a Nord. Citizens of Skyrim, they are tall and fair-haired people, strong and hardy. Nords are famous for their resistance to cold. They are highly talented warriors. Alright. So strength is high, willpower, agility, personality is less so. So basically these guys have better luck personality. They seem to be more diplomats and traders indeed. Also over here, mercantile 15. I was already thinking like, okay, I don't remember the guy from Skyrim being like exceptional at trading. It was more a warrior, but indeed, he was not a... I mix it up. He was not an Imperial. He was a Nord, I'm pretty sure. So... we have two options. It's the difference between willpower and endurance. You lived in the west of Skyrim. Exactly, this is the guy from Skyrim. A rugged environment filled with rough terrain and dangerous beasts. You are prepared to survive in even the most challenging climates. So indeed, that ups the endurance. And Eastern is either due to extreme snowstorms, the College of Mages, or simply stubbornness. The people of Eastern Skyrim, such as you, are known for their tenacity and resourcefulness. Alright, so what does that change? Willpower. And over here, nothing changes, right? So these are good with blades. Armor, pretty good. Heavy armor, even better. I prefer light armor, honestly. They're not good at spells. Restoration, pretty good. Light armor, also not that good. So how did that go with this guy? Light armor also 5, heavy armor 15. Yeah, they're also pretty good at armor. Hand to hand 10, blunt 10, blade 10. Blade 15, blunt 15, hand to hand only 5. How often are you going hand to hand? Not that often. So that was the north. Then we are going to the orcs. They also look pretty good, I would say. Although this is a small one. The ones in Skyrim are a bit more imposing, I would say. The people of the Rothgarian and Dragontail Mountains, orcish armorers are prized for their craftsmanship. Orc troops in heavy armor are among the finest in the Empire and are fearsome when using their berserker rage. Alright, so what do we have? Strength a lot, willpower a lot, endurance a lot, and here armorer, block, blunt, heavy armor, it's all quite high. But yeah, it really doesn't matter that much. You can level up skills and attributes anyways, I assume. Alright, stronghold. Your fate was decided when you were born. As a member of a stronghold, you would serve your chieftain with honor and would make the orcs proud. Your charisma and resilience were honed for when you'd serve. Alright, so charisma. What is that one? What does this change? Yeah, this one changes 3 attributes. So it gives 10 more from intelligence, 5 of willpower, and 5 of personality. If you're Orsinium, you have a bit more intelligence. You are proud to have been raised in Orsinium, where you train to be as versatile a warrior as possible. As such, you are better with magic than most other orcs. Alright, but here it is all still the same. It's only the attribute that's higher. Alright, and yeah, pretty much still quite some strength and willpower, etc. So you're either like our brute force orc, or you are more of a magic orc. Red Guards. I don't really remember these guys from Skyrim. Ah, I do actually. The most naturally talented warriors in Tamriel, in addition to their cultural affinities for many weapon and armor styles, they also have a hardy constitution and a natural resistance to disease and poison. Right, so endurance is very high, agility, speed, personality and luck also. Wow, this is a pretty high stats. So if we add them all up, to what do we get? 70, 100, 180, 230, 270, 320. Let's compare that to a Nord. 80, 120, 160, 200, 240, 270, 320. Yeah, so the total is the same. So we have 2 origin stories. What do we have here? Athletics high, blunt high, heavy armor somewhat high, light armor high, mercantile also still high. As a child in the sands of the Alikar Desert, your education revolved around martial might. You are a prime example of why Red Guards are the best warriors. Alikar Desert, that's the guy. I don't know if it was a mod or it's default in Skyrim. I think Alikar was a companion or somebody that followed you around. Or it was one of those merchants that set up camp randomly. Or maybe that also was a mod, I don't even remember. As a child in the sands of the Alikar Deserts. No, that's the one that we just read. And then we go here. And what does it change? Personality to strength. But why? That's I don't understand. This is like the character with the martial might, best warriors. But personality is higher and strength is lower compared to this one. So this one should focus more on personality traits or intelligence compared to this one probably. This one is the higher strength warrior. Your uprising under the shadow of the mountain peaks was a happy one. Immersed in Redguard's customs, you developed charm, wit and the ability to turn a conversation around. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that these 2 descriptions are 100% mixed up, because this one should have the higher personality and lower strength, and this one is the martial might. This one should have the higher strength and the lower personality. Again, stupid mistake. But yeah, so these are the Alikar or the Red Guards. I think Alikar is the name of a guy in Skyrim. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, last one. Wood elves. Why don't they put all the elves besides each other? Why this one randomly all at the end? Is there some? Yeah, okay, this is alphabetic. A, B, D, H, I, K, N, O, R, Wood elf. Do the other ones also have these weird ears? Yes, they sure do. The clanfolk of the western Valenwood Forest, also known as Bosmer. So you have Dunmer, that are the dark elves. You have Eltmer, high elves. And you have Bosmer, wood elves. Wood elves are nimble and quick, making them good scouts and thieves, and there are no finer archers in all of Tamriel. Their ability to command simple creatures is well known. Alright, so what do we have? We have agility. So they're good, they're nimble and quick indeed. Speed is up. Luck is probably for lockpicking, so they're good thieves. And they also have some intelligence to command creatures. So that is... isn't that conjuration? I don't understand. Why is its alteration is higher than conjuration? Does it have a magicka bonus? Nope. Alchemy is quite high. Light armor, marksman, so that's for the bow. And sneak is very high. You spent your childhood in Grathwood, near the region devastated by Molag Bal. The foul energies still linger there, and your resilience grew amidst the danger. Alright, so this one has higher endurance, I guess? Yes, and the other one higher personality. The border region, by the way, Molag Bal is also, it's so fun. These throwbacks, of course, Skyrim came originally after this game. But Molag Bal is like a character in Skyrim. It really makes it feel like indeed that Skyrim is a part of this universe. It's really fun to have played both games. And then the first time I read this, or played this, and then Skyrim, I think there, yeah, it was like 5 years in between. I really didn't remember when I encountered Molag Bal in Skyrim. I was not like, oh, that's a guy also from Oblivion that I played. I was not, probably I didn't play Oblivion that purposeful, but now I do remember, and then it's really nice to draw those parallels. You spent your childhood in Grathwood, near the region devastated by Molag Bal. The foul energy still lingered there, and your resilience grew amidst the danger. The border region that saw you grow, Reaper's March in Grathwood, is plagued by anger and resentment after centuries of war. You quickly learned how to soothe people and avoid unnecessary conflict. Yeah, so this is higher personality, and the other one higher endurance. Alright, so Reaper's March, Grathwood, Dragontail Mountain, Alikar Desert, that are the Red Guards, Orcs, Stronghold and Orsinium. So these are from, the Wood Elves are from Reaper's March, Grathwood. North, Western or Eastern, part of Skyrim. Then we have the Khajiits, who are either, they hail from Anaquina or Palatine. These are jungles and beaches, so some exotic area. Endurance and strength. Alright, then we have the Imperials are either from Nibene or Colovia. Nibene is into the heart of the empire, and Colovia, I don't know, somewhere in the empire, an autonomous region. Then we have the High Elves who are from Oredon or Somerset Isle. And Somerset Isle has the Towers of Eleanor. And Oredon is also just an island of the Somersets, which I think is a group of islands. So these are the High Elves or the Elfmer. And then we go to the Wood Elves, no, Dark Elves, the Dunmer. These are the Wood Elves or the Bosmer. And they are either from Vardenfall or the mainland. That are the Dark Elves. Volcanic Wasteland, Vardenfall. And mainland of what? Of Oblivion? Or what's the whole land named? I forgot. Cyrodiil, maybe. Alright, so that were the Dark Elves. Then we have the Bretons. summoning and healing. Conjuration indeed, and also restoration, yes, very high. So they are either from High Rock or Sistrus. High Rock is the homeland of the Bretons. And then we have Sistrus. This is a coastal town on the docks of one of the islands. Alright, so these are the Bretons, and then we have the Argonians. They are either from Arnesia or Thornmarsh. There was another one as well, Reaper Marsh. Alright, Arnesia, Argonians, where the slavers of Morrowind are still active. Alright, no idea where that is. Somewhere in Cyrodiil, I think. And then Thornmarsh, your birth region, is called the Jewel of the East. So it's somewhere in the east. But behind the nickname lies a darker reality. You dabbled in magic just to survive, and your quick wits allowed you to live until this very, very day. Alright, we are going to go with a Nords. And then let's see how the randomized appearance works. Pretty funny. It's a weird nose. Are you kidding me? This is not real, right? They all have weird noses. Alright, or do we want to be an Imperial? Are you kidding me with the makeup? Seriously. There's still some woke elements introduced here. There are too many guys with makeup. This looks more like a true Nord. Oh wow, is this one? No, I wanted to say also randomized now. Man, this is quite an elaborate character creator. The music, it reminds me a bit that this background sound sometimes pops up. It's really similar to the Bourne Identity movies background music. Pretty cool. I assume this is the music from the original. So this was, I guess, before. No, the Bourne Identity was, I think, before Oblivion. Let's quickly look that up. I think that was 4 years earlier or something. Not 2006, but earlier in 2000. Or even 2002. I was spot on. If I remembered correctly, that Oblivion was 2006. Yes. Man, I'm really looking forward to this game. What a present out of the heavens. Also when I'm a few days off of work. Anywho, do we want to go with an Imperial either way or a Nord? What is my personal speedcraft? They are less well. with weapons. By the way, it also doesn't really matter that much. You can change it anyways. Alright, these guys, it's also nice to consider a bit the background story. So the Colovia is autonomous and willful. I like that story, autonomous. The number of cities and their size let you to travel hastily. This is like a traveler, like more, I think, well off. Blade 15. Still high luck as well. Alright, extreme snowstorms, College of Mages, tenacity and resourcefulness. And here we have the west of Skyrim, a rugged environment, filled with rough terrain and dangerous beasts. You are prepared to survive in even the most challenging climates. Yeah, so it will either be this one or an Imperial. And then from the Imperials, the Colovian one. Alright, 40, 40, 40, 30, 30, 40, 50, 50. 50, 30, 40, 40, 40, 40, 30, 50. Intelligence is a difference, and here this guy just has higher agility and speed. Speed I don't mind that much. Agility I think can be handy for maybe marksmanship. And this guy just has a lot more strength, but lower intelligence. Also not that much, only 10. Yeah, maybe let's just go with an Imperial. We already played like Nord in Skyrim. If I now play as a Nord, I really feel like that it's a sequel of Skyrim, while this is actually a prequel. Although Imperials, it does feel a little bit authoritarian, like fit into with the government, etc. Although in Skyrim, if I had to choose a faction between the Imperials versus the, what are the other ones? The Civil War, Imperials and the others. I always chose the Imperials. So we do 1 second, Skyrim, Civil War. It's Imperials and the Stormcloaks. Yeah, the Stormcloaks are a bit like, I would say, I wouldn't call them terrorists, but I would say it's a bit left and right. Stormcloaks left, Imperials right. Anywho, I should not overthink it. Let's just go young olds. Yeah, this is what all the controversy is around. This is not sex and male and female. And I totally agree with all the people. Also the fact that it used to be pretty much a game for boys, for males. Hardly any girls play Oblivion. So why is the type 1 female and the type 2 male? Why isn't that the other way around? It's all subliminal agenda pushing. I don't know why they need to continue this relentless onslaught of nobody cares, so to say. We only care because it's pushed so much into our face. It's not that we are all women haters, the opposite. We love women. I would be happy to have them as type, or as that females are first. But because it is all compounded, you cannot even call it male or female anymore. It's type 1, type 2. We are all androgynous. We can become anything once we say it. If I say now I'm a woman, I'm a woman. It is all, the craziness is just off the chart. That's why people are annoyed with it. Anyways, I'm not gonna let it spoil my experience, but the fact that there are woke elements in this game really is terrible, actually, if you think about it. Alright, age. So this guy is apparently young. He looks pretty old to me. Alright, let's do young, then we do skin tone. Yeah, I think that was about right already. I do like it that it's not overly complex, all the options. Problem is he doesn't get much browner, he gets more reddish, looks like. It are all pretty minute differences, let's just keep it like that. Heads. Holy shit, I was saying it's not too complicated, but here we go. Yeah, the guy looks already pretty okay, I would say. Brows. Oh my god, this is going to take forever. Already look pretty good to me, I would say. Inner rich. Looks pretty good to me. Outer rich. This is like if you have like a facelift. This makes him look very tired. So let's just do a little bit like so. And we're done. Cheeks. Concave or not? Oh, these are actually indeed his cheeks. Alright, I myself maybe like so. I'm quite thin myself. Gaunt. What the hell is gaunt? Are those just cheekbones? Holy shit. Alright, let's do gaunt back to where it was. Deer cheekbones. So, sorry, I'm also making it a learning moment. What the hell is gaunt? Gaunt meaning lean and haggard, especially because of suffering, hunger or age. Alright, so it just means thin, I guess. Now let's do gaunt neutral. Then we do cheekbones. We can move them up a bit. Though I really don't see much. I wanted to say I didn't see much difference. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little bit less pronounced facial features. Alright, then we have shallow or pronounced. And if you do everything to the minus, he will become a skeleton. Let's leave it there. Thin or wide? Holy shit. He indeed gets a really wide face suddenly. Pretty funny. But let's just leave it where it was. Like so. Man, I was expecting this a bit, that it takes some time, but I do. Yeah, it's a deep playthrough, so I really want to go through all the mechanics, and this is a character that we will probably be using for quite a long time, so. We are doing the chin a bit backwards. I have that myself. What's the difference between recessed? That's the angle of the chin, I would say. Alright, like so. Yeah, like so. Retracted jutting. But now it just goes forward again. I don't understand. Recessed and retracted. Yeah. If I'm going by my own look, I do have to recess it a bit. Shallow, deep. I don't see much changing here. What the hell is changing? I don't see what's changing here. But maybe that's because we are already recessed. It doesn't really show. Alright, small or large? Holy shit, this looks like a ball sack almost. Small, large, short, tall. That's how long it is. I guess. And then we have thin or white. That's really white. Alright, I'm really bad at this whole creation thingy. Eyes, up, down, I think they are fine. They could be maybe a little bit closer together and smaller. Maybe that's a bit too small. Like so, inward, outwards. That is, I guess, if you're a little bit cross-eyed. So outward always looks a bit weird, I would say. But I do have that a little bit myself as well, I think. Only I don't really know what direction. Alright, then we have apart together. Alright, to the left is actually apart. I was thinking the other way around. This looks like Renee Zegler. That's not what we want. And this is also pretty funny. This looks a bit like Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, maybe it was good as it was already. I don't know. Let's just go like that. Then we have face, brow, nose, chin. Yeah, this is probably where we should have started with. But this is how long the face is. I don't really get it. No, the total face is the same. It's just the location of the nose and the mouth. Really, it's not that much of a difference, I would say. Let's do like so. Forehead, Sellion, nose. What the hell is Sellion? Man, it is really hard to see what is changing here. Yeah, maybe the brows become more pronounced. the bone above the brow. Yeah, and also that nose bone. Yeah, this is also a bit too much, so I guess this one, let's leave it in the middle. Then we do light, heavy. What light, heavy? Ah, that is just the overall fatness, I guess. Let's do a little bit lighter. Gaunt. What was Gaunt again? Ah, yeah, that was indeed if you're starved. Or you are the opposite of starved and you have a very J.D. Vance meme round head. Let's just go with that. And then we have thin or wide. Yeah, I'm really not that good at all this, creating a little bit of a weird face. Let's just go like that. This angle looks a bit weird to me, but whatever. Forehead. Why is jaw all the way below forehead and not near chin? It's again because it is alphabetical. They should do it in a logical order, not alphabetical. It's retarded. Anywho, what's this? Forehead. That makes for a big forehead. And this makes for a very tiny one. Let's keep it in the middle. Short, tall. This is how high it is. This is pretty high, almost alien-like high, and this will probably be criminally low. But it looks like a criminal. Pretty funny. Let's keep that over there. Then we have backward or forward. This would be very streamlined, I guess. Backward. Holy shit, this changes him a lot. Alright, let's just keep it like it is. Jaw. Here, again, why wasn't this under chin? I don't know who did the interface, but that's really not that well done, everything. Unless it was in the original game also like this. I cannot imagine. Let's quickly check that out. So we do Oblivion 2006 character creator. Then Then we do images. And what do we see here? One moment.
Hey guys, this is Doug.
Right, let me check it out. I'm just curious how much liberty they took. Here, god damn it! Brow, cheeks, chin, eyes, forehead. Brow, cheek, chin, eyes, face, forehead. One more, jaw. Yeah, so actually it was in the original game like this as well, it seems. So I did not say anything. Wait, what did it also had? Yeah, I think it had jaw as well here. One moment, just curious. Face, natural brown. Shape here, I think it was over there. Face, brow, cheeks, chin, eyes. Face is all at the top. Then you have brow, cheeks, chin, eyes, forehead. Yeah, and I'm sure then you get to jaw as well. Almost done, guys. 1 second. Here we go. Yeah, chin, eyes, forehead, jaw, mouth, and nose. Yeah, so the only difference is the place of face, which is here in the middle and in the Original, it's at the top. Jaw, did we already do something? I don't even remember. Yeah, what's the difference between jaw and chin? That's more or less the same, right? Yeah, it does the same thing. More or less. Alright. Thinner one. Or a super Arnold Schwarzenegger one. I am unfortunately going to have to go with the thinner one. If I want to model it a little bit like myself. Then we have jaw, neck slope, low, high. I also have a little bit of that, I think. Or it can even go very high. Then you have a very carved out neckline. But unfortunately, that's not me. So we have to mesh it in a bit, like so. Then the jawline, concave or convex? I don't really see. Yeah, I do see some difference. But again, it's more like cheeks that are changing, or maybe not. Yeah, let's do like so. It's not the most beautiful jawline if I have to model it to myself, but unfortunately it is what it is. Then mouth. Holy shit, how many? Fuck me, are there also here? Why do you have to press X to go into it? Why not just scroll through it and it automatically changes menu? Each time I can now go down, I have to press it instead of the menu. Ah, okay, I understand. Because there's also up down in the sub menu itself. Anywho, what were we doing? Mouth, yeah. Way too many options here. Draw or burst. Drawn. Let's keep that one as it is. Then sad or happy. We don't like people who are always happy, at least. Can come over as a bit disingenuous. This also, these hanging mouth corners is the other extreme. Yeah, let's just leave this be as well. Then low or high. This looks pretty weird. He does have a nice set of hair, the character. Better than my own hair. Then we do retracted or protruding. Yeah, no. Why can't we choose eye color, by the way? That's maybe tone. Then we have tilt, down or up. This looks like somebody who is a bit aggressive. Like with that Italian vanculo. And this looks like a very friendly auntie serving you soup and being happy watching you eat or something like that. Anyways, all these mouth changes makes it all a bit weird. Underbite, overbite. Yeah, that's my problem. But I already tried to do that with the chin. I have that overbite. Yeah, or maybe not where my mouth is closed. Mouth chin distance long. What's the difference between this or low and high? The value a bit both. I do think it's a little bit. Probably I'm just not. Here now it gets much thicker lips. What does that have to do with mouth chin distance? It's all really weird. Of course, I'm not a specialist in this character creator, but alright. We even have more. We have lips, deflated, inflated. So this was not lips, then what the hell was this? Mouth. Right, what's the difference between mouth and lips? It's the same thing in this context, right? Why can't you do wide or narrow mouth? Alright, small or large? Here we go. This is not really wide or narrow. This is indeed small or large. Right, this is really like the look of being disagreeing with somebody. I do have to do it a bit smaller. Like that. Retracted or pukered. What the hell is pukered? Man, what a word. Alright, here we go. Let's make this a learning moment. We do pukered. Tightly gather or contract into wrinkles or small folds. The child face pukered. Alright, retracted is like what it says, retracted, but pukered is like wrinkly, like frowning a little bit. understand. I don't really understand that one, what it does. That was the mouth. Then we still have to do the nose as well. God damn it, a lot of options. Nose is pretty fine, drawn up. That's the bottom is higher up. Like so, then we do pointed or not. Or super flat. I do think I have an above average nose, probably. So it needs to be a bit longer than usual. Short or tall? And that is like the overall size. Let's see what a really small nose looks like. Yeah, that's pretty small. Let's also do this one a little bit bigger than normal. Tilt up or down? Nope, I don't have an upward tilt. And this will probably make it like a hawk's nose if you tilt it down. Ah, no, not even. I don't know, it seems to grow a bit when tilting down. It should not grow, right? It should only... Maybe it's visual. The difference are sometimes a little bit hard to perceive. Region, concave or convex? Again, this is just no size. This has nothing to do with concave or convex, right? Alright, then we have bridge. Man, there's too many settings here. Keep it defaults. Short or long? Yeah, there are too many settings here that just do the same thing, like, or more or less the same thing, it seems. It really, if you really want to make the character look like somebody, I think you really have to spend a lot of time in this editor to really figure out what it exactly, what everything does. I don't know, are these small nostrils? They still look pretty big. Alright, thin or wide? Here, Again, this is what makes the nostrils bigger, I would say. I know this also makes them a bit longer, I think. Yeah, so there are differences between each setting, but you really need to get into the editor, into the nitty-gritty of it. And then once you know what each slider exactly does, then I do think it can be quite elaborate. You can really hear another tilt of the nostrils. Right. But then you can really probably make quite a cunning resemblance of people. Although, what I find lacking, we are now doing 20 settings on the nostrils and the nose, but it's the eyes and the brows. There were not a lot of settings there at all. Alright, what is Sallion? Yeah, that is the same setting as the one here, right? What did it say? Region, I think it said. No, not region. The bridge, yeah. It's pretty much the same. What's the difference between the nose bridge and the Sallion? I think the Sallion is below the bridge. Down, up. Again, I hardly see any difference. Ah, yes, I do see some. Again, that is very similar to, I think, tilt up and down or whatever we did. Or shallow deep. It's really, really confusing. It is. Again, I really have a hard time judging whether it's just over convoluted or whether each setting does serve a specific function that I'm just not aware of. Because I'm only now making my first character. I just don't really, I'm not that good at it. This one is a clear one. It's a very wide Sallion versus a very narrow one or thin. Lower Sallion. Deep. Or shallow. Yeah, this does exactly the same as that other setting, it seems. Yeah, it's really, really weird. Alright, so happy that we did that. Then we have tone. Alright, so we can do eye color. Nope. Nope. This is probably my color a bit. Nope. This is for the Khajiit or something. Yeah, this is freaky. Also the people in real life that do like tattooing their eyes black. That is crazy. This is also pretty freaky. This is all pretty freaky. You see, the eyes are a really important part of customization. This is where you really make the difference. Alright, but I'm going to go with a normal human eye, and then with the color that probably is most like my own. This is too white or too bright. This is too grey. I need a little bit more blue in there, but that doesn't exist. This is freaky. No, too blue. Too twinkly. This is brown. Nope. This is grey. Also not what we want. But it's better than that one. Alright, let's just keep this one. Then we do skin. Eyelids. Pale red. Socket bright bruised. Skin tint. Nope. Pale or red eyelids. Alright, that looks a little bit like he is ill. Honestly, for me the big thing is, where is eyebrows and hair especially? Not that I have a lot of hair in real life. Alright, this is very bright or bruised sockets. Man, what a time waste this is. Or not waste, I mean, I'm having just exploring. I do like exploring also mechanics, but right, this looks like years of alcoholism. I basically ended up with more or less the same guy I started with. Cheekbones, a little bit more alcoholism color. Alright, we're gonna put a lot of freckles on him. I don't even see them. Ah, there they are. Alright, so that's skin. And then why is there a makeup section? I really wonder whether that was in the original game. Let's quickly check that out. Or is this some kind of a woke ideology? So we do Oblivion 2006 character creator make up. Images. Alright, whatever. I cannot really find that quickly. There we have hair. It's all at the top. Alright, so, no. I wish I had this lush hair in real life, but I don't. Oh, no. We want real hair. Wow, that's pretty gay. This is even more gay. It's Karate Kids. Weird hairline. It's really low and very straight. Me in real life? And how can you have in Oblivion such a manicured barber coupe or a mohawk? I really I wanted to make the person a bit into my own look, but it didn't really work. Here, all these wow, that's a weird. Looks like it's like cut on purpose like this, because he still has some hair roots on his head, it seems. But this all looks way too manicured, maybe with the exception of this one, but yeah, that's really just not me. So I'm just going to go with this one. Hair root color. This has nothing to do with root, right? This is just hair color. It's a little bit weird. Here again, for all the LGBTQ peoples, this is of course amazing. Hair tip color. Gradients. I don't see any difference. does this do? Right, so we're just black, but what does this do? Except fuzzing out the image. I don't see anything. Alright, that was hair, basically nothing changed. We do facial hair. That's a pretty big beard, I would say. Or a moustache, always fun. Like Magnum PI, rocking it like Magnum PI. But let's do it a bit like real life. God damn it! Why can't we just do an equal beard? Is that this one? No, this one has too big of a moustache. This one as well. This one has like a whole goat thingy. Don't really like the character creator. Here, this moustache is too big. But then if I go one less, it's too little compared to the beard. Whatever, we will just take this one. And then we do color, it's the same. So you cannot separately do the facial hair color, I guess. It's all in one, of course, beard and facial hair. Lipstick on? What the hell? Are you kidding me? Lipstick. So, are you kidding me? Is it not possible to not have makeup on in this game? is this called lipstick color in... Wow. Instead of lip color. That's crazy. Why can't you have no lipstick? What the fuck, man? Ridiculous. Right, we will just make the lipstick fully opaque or transparent so we don't see it. But again, it's all so sneaky and subliminal. Sneaking all that crazy LGBT stuff into your game. Alright, well, I just wanted to check out what is Cellion. Learning moment of today. Cellion meaning Cellion definition nose. The deepest depression of the nasal bones and often coincides with soft tissue nation. The cilium represents the soft tissue vertex of the nasofrontal angle, which is the angle formed between the dorsum of the nose and the beginning of the forehead labella. Cilium, and then we do cilium versus nose bridge. The cilium is the deepest point of the nasofrontal angle at the intersection of the forehead slope and the proximal nasal bridge. Right. Nasofrontal glabella cilium. That's that little dent. Alright. Whatever. I still find it weird that we cannot do much about brows. Like how wide they are, stuff like that. Alright, I think I'm good. So we need to enter a name. We do our own name. Like so. We are an Imperial, we are from Colovia, strength, shrewd diplomat and trader, proficient with heavy armor, augmented willpower. I would say we are good to go, god damn it, here we go. Here we are. Oh fuck me, I need to... I need to quickly give me 1 second. I am going to immediately remove this outline from the HUD. Forgot about that. So we do add-on, we do shader, Doppler, we do change shader. are going to... Here we are. I would say that is shader 10. But I am going to make sure there is not another shader that does the same thing. Should have done this in between episodes, sorry for that. We are all still in the preparatory phase. Character building, HUD removal. Holy shit. Where are we now? We are at shader 160 of 176. Yeah, it is 10. So we now do done. We save all toggle groups, we remove this one, and now we don't have any outline, which is perfectly fine. Do we want to take this? So why don't I see a description now? Ah, that is the description. We have to do both of them. Value is nothing. Yeah, I am gonna redo this probably. I'm gonna remove the compass and the icons to the right always, and this text I'm gonna toggle. Alright, I should not walk there because then there's a whole sequence starts. I am going to save the game here. And in between episodes, I'm gonna change some things around with the shader toggler. Alright, so basically really didn't do anything in this episode. It's just an introductory episode. We're nearly there. In the next episode we will be starting the actual gameplay and getting out into the world. Guys, hope you enjoyed. Let me see if I can save the game. Alright, that worked, so I will be in between episodes mess around with the HUD removal tool, the shader toggler. Because I do, sometimes I need to enter, toggle this one, because otherwise the menus will not be visible. It will be like this. So this one we need to use. But also sometimes it can be handy that I do this, that I can see what an item is or what a character name is of a body or something. That is fine to do, but then I would like to, if I toggle this, I want to only see the text. I don't want to see the icons at the bottom right or the compass. Compass is totally useless, totally unimmersive. It's all about exploring yourself. That's what makes games like this great. So I'm gonna permanently disable that and exclude it from the toggle here, so that this toggle only adds the item description. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed, hope to see you in the next one. For the meantime, don't forget, always do keep on gaming. See you later.